Hello, Divine Beings. Welcome back to the Author Talk series. I am now going to talk about chapter 18, which is called Claiming My Sovereignty and Activating My Merkaba from my new book, Journey from the Ego to the Heart Center. This chapter, I talk about how I wanted to claim my sovereignty and look after my own health and well-being. No longer having to go to the doctor, but using a form of healing frequency, which is called the Spooky Kit, weird name, and it's a form of a rife frequency generator that is based on the theory that when you take a piece of DNA specimen and you put it into a container that will receive the frequencies, it uses quantum entanglement. And this was a concept that Albert Einstein discovered. It's a phenomenon. But basically, quantum entanglement is whereby a pair of particles can be linked up no matter how far apart. Therefore, if you put a piece of your fingernail, and I'm going to show you, into this little container, and you can see the lights are on, there's a list of organisms, or if you've got a sickness or you want to improve, to release any detox, you want to work on energy flow. There's about 60,000 frequencies that you can choose from this program, and it is constantly generating a frequency to either heal or to destroy the cell. So I have this running 24/7 on all these different programs for energy flow, energy vitality, fat burn, detox from EMFs. If I go up here, I've got adrenal gland balance, for stressful lives, detoxing all body parts, all organs. And I also run programs for all the chakras to help balance them. And what else is there? DNA, improving the DNA, healing it, and also the 7, erasing negative thoughts. So basically, I use my intuition to work out what I want to work on. But if I go to programs over here, I can pick many things. Like if someone has a cold or someone has a sore throat, they can just go into this program and type it in. But I tend to run it for the family. And all we're doing is clipping a little bit of our fingernail. It goes into that little container. And these programs run 24/7, boosting that frequency. Okay. It was invented by a fellow named Life. And he discovered this. But unfortunately, let me just fix the camera. It hasn't been recognized in Australia as it's not seen as a qualified sort of frequency healing. We kind of just look at the pharmaceutical to sort of solve our problems. But apparently in Europe, they do this form of bioresonance healing as well. So we're kind of a little bit behind the times. But what I like about this program, I've used it for sore throats. When my daughter had a sty in her eye, I typed it in, and I was just all night helping to clear the sty. And then the next day, within 2-3 days, it left her. It actually shrunk and disappeared. And for me, it just helped me to take over treating my family. And we don't actually go to the doctor at all. None of us are on medication. I use this program as my prevention is better than cure method. And it's amazing. I can go away on holidays and it's constantly running. It's important to change, obviously put a new fingernail in every 28-30 days, because that's when we renew our cells. But the program is so amazing in that it's not even affecting my day to day. I just get on with my day, and I just have this I can notice that I'm actually quite well in my state of being. And even my daughter, she used to struggle with sleeping And when I was running programs for her for insomnia or just helping her to relax at night, she was then having a better sleep. So it's something that you need to investigate, but I really think that if more people would check out any type of scalar, frequency, bioresonance therapy kits, I really feel that we haven't tapped into that energy field, but there's a lot to be said, and a lot of people have used it for diseases, reversing it, so it's something to look into. Just because you can't see it, you've got to understand that if you have two particles but it's from the same DNA, it's like Reiki. I can do distant Reiki. That person's still going to feel it. So whether it's here or here, it doesn't matter, because the energy frequency is being felt. It's only the DNA that's split. Quantum entanglement does not see the space. It only finds the specimen, the DNA that it needs to work on. So there you go. I'll leave that with you. But I talk about it in the book, how it's made a huge difference and improvement in my life. And then I also discovered this pendant, this crystal stone here. It's shaped in a merkaba. So a merkaba, let me just look here. So the merkaba is a symbol. It's a shape of two intersecting tetrahedrons that spin in the opposite direction. So one of the you can't see that, but one of the stars is spinning that way and the other one's the opposite, okay? And that is based on this idea that we have an energy field around our body. This is a merkaba field. And when we practice meditation and breathing techniques, we imagine these merkaba spinning simultaneously around us, and it's said to provide protection and transport of your consciousness into the higher dimensions. And the merkaba, it also reminds us of the potential, the power that we can yield when we unite our energies in pursuit of connection and growth. And ever since I bought this in 2022, I just use this as for me, it's sort of like a grounding, and it makes me feel very protected and safe. And I feel like timelines have shifted, and I feel like manifestations have happened a lot quicker. So that is the merkaba. You can buy these from any crystal shop. And I recommend you just do a search on the merkaba to learn more about it. But it's really made a difference in my life as well. So that's the two modalities that I wanted to share with you. And I suppose it's up to you if you want to do that. And I've also added in a story about when I was having troubles with my previous workplace on what I wanted to do, I started to get the sciatic pain. And so I talk about in this chapter what the right side and the left side mean. So the right side is your masculine, your left side is the feminine. And I was stuck in my masculine. I was protesting, I was in resistance, and so that's why the pain comes. And if there's lots of books out there that show when we are in stress, our body tells us and it causes a pain, and it's up to us to listen to it and work on healing the pain or reducing it through methods of releasing the anxiety or the stress that we're holding on to. And so this chapter I talk about how I went to an acupuncture lady, and she found that she put the needles in these right spots for me, and it just helped me to release and have a good cry so I could just let go and surrender. And after that, I started to find things improved. I was able to change my timeline and find my new career path in a new company. Okay, so that is what chapter 18 is about. It was more or less sharing with you what I was going through. Again, the death of the ego, a lot of hardship, a lot of challenges. But I had my merkaba, I had my spooky toolkit, doing my energy frequency healing in the background. And all this sort of helped speed up the healing that I needed. I've also added, if you want to do your own sort of research, you can click on the QR code and that will give you more information about the merkaba, and also teach you about different symbols that you can do to bring in extra healing for yourself. So that is my conclusion for chapter 18. Bye for now.